Right, hey guys, I'm TCG back in the video. With this video, I'm bringing you guys a complete guide for Gladiator Beast. I'll be covering some deck lists, combos, strength, and weaknesses of the deck. A lot of this information is applicable to Master Duel as well. Just anything outside of Engine is something that you might have to mess around with though. So like Called by the Grave, maybe that you definitely want to run 2 copies of, just because you do have access to it in Master Duel, so you want to take advantage of that. If you like contact fusing monsters with battle effects, switching your monsters in and out of your deck, or just awesome animals that are gladiators, then you'll like this deck. Okay guys, so the first deck list I have for you, these are just general templates that I have for you, and you guys can definitely change it as you go. So this is a pure Gladiator Beast build, and this is just focused on trying to do what Gladiator Beasts can efficiently as they can. So here we have 3 copies of Rescue Rabbit. This is the Ondo focused version of the deck. So we run 3 copies of Ondo, 3 copies of Proving Ground, so we're able to search it out. We have of course 3 copies of Comeback, because Comeback is an amazing card for this deck, as you're able to utilize Tamer Editor multiple times. And you can see that the extra deck is just filled with a bunch of Gladiator Beast monsters. We even run 1 copy of Esadari, just in case we get too low 4 Gladiator Beast monsters out that we want to become into Esadari, so that we have the chance to go into Tamer Editor. Of course, the 2 Blink Panthers, or Test Panthers that we have here. And yeah, it's just, this is the version of the deck that is just the most generic plain version that you're going to see if you want to go with a pure build. And you can see I run 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More, so you also have the flexibility if you want to go second and want to be able to utilize those battle monster effects, then you have the ability to do that as well. Okay, so the second build that I have for you is Gladiator Beast Tri-Brigade. So Tri-Brigade is a pretty powerful deck, especially in comparison to Gladiator Beast. And Gladiator Beast has a lot of weaknesses in the form of like choke points with Test Panther, and I'll just kind of cover that later when I get to the weaknesses of the deck. Tri-Brigade is just able to be another form of the deck where if the Gladiator Beast part of the deck doesn't work, you're able to go switch into your Tri-Brigades pretty seamlessly, as Tri-Brigade doesn't really require a lot to get going, so that's what's really good with the deck. And you're going to see with the combos, I'm going to show you just how well it goes with Glad Beast. So this is a pretty good build if you want to be able to have more flexibility and not have as many weaknesses to hand traps. Then you can see the extra deck is a bit more limited on Gladiator Beast monsters, as you're just gonna have the essential ones here. And the good thing about this is that you are able to recycle things. The only thing that sucks is having 1 copy of Tamer Editor means that you want to be more careful with it, just in case it gets banished, because you do want to have ways to revive it using Gladiator Beast Comeback. But besides that, we are running a bunch of Tri-Brigade cards that are pretty common if you ever play Tri-Brigade. You can see here Shureg. You can see Rugal here, of course the Tri-Brigade Bearbrum. So these are just common cards that you want to run with Tri-Brigade. And the nice thing is that you're also able to use something like Ancient Warrior's Oath, Double Dragon Lord. Being able to bounce something is really nice. And this card, you're actually able to run it pretty successfully with the deck. Okay guys, so this is the combo portion of the deck. You're going to see in some of my hands that I am running Tri-Brigade cards, but I'm not going to be utilizing them in some of the combos. You're just going to be able to see the pure plain like Glad Beast combos that you're able to do with this deck. So here, this is an essential one that you're going to know, and while you run Rescue Rabbit, you're going to be able to get out 2 Ondos, go in Ondo here, go into Test Panther, search out a card, and usually I like searching out my Gladiator Beast Comeback, using Test Panther here to switch out the Ondo. You like having monsters that are level 5 or higher in your hand, and in this case Augustus is perfect for that. And it's even better for this scenario as well, because we do have a quest in the hand here, so we're able to get back our Gladiator Beast Comeback. And you're going to see just how that's going to let you extend the board even more. We can go into Tamer Editor, get ourselves a Damatienes, so it's the Monster Negate. Then we can link into Appaloosa, and we have 3 Monster Negates in the form of Appaloosa. Then revive Tamer Editor, use the effect as well. So it's a soft once per turn, so you can use it once again to get Heraclinos. And then we have 1 card as a Spell Trap Negate. So you can see this is a good way of setting yourself up with 3 Monster Negates in the form of Appaloosa, 1 Monster Negate in the form of Damatienes, 1 copy of Heraclinos with the Spell Trap Negate of 1, and then we have Called by the Grave. This is just like a random card here that we have that we had in our hand, but of course being able to deal with something like that is nice. And Tamer Editor, you can see it can't be destroyed in battle, and because we have Damatienes, we can actually force our opponent to attack into Tamer Editor or into Damatienes if we choose to do so, and that's a good way of protecting your Appaloosa, so your opponent can't just negate and then go into it, and then go to try to destroy Appaloosa, so it's perfect for that. So with this combo, we're going to use Gladiator Proving Ground, search out Ondo. Then we can use Tenki to search out another Ondo. So you can see just a good way of the deck mixing together. Being able to search out a Beast Warrior is nice, not only for the Tri-Brigade aspect of the deck, but as well for searching out Ondo. Just makes searching it out a lot more consistent. Then we go into Link Spider, go into Test Panther here. Then continue to do just the plays that we've done before. just get out a monster here, go on to Augustus, bring out another Augustus, and now we have the materials needed to get our Tamer Editor. Then we can use Tamer Editor, get out whichever Gladiator based monster you want, and you can see here that I have my Domitianus, and that's good as just having a monster negate, so you don't have to worry about your opponent playing a hand trap at this point. But now you can just use your Tri-Brigade portion of the deck, because Tri-Brigade is just a 1-card combo. As long as you have Fractal, you can use Fractal here to start sending Kit, then send the Nerval, and then here you can search out your Karis. Then we can use Farrajet here in order to special summon out the Karis here. And then we can link away into our Appaloosa pretty easily. Draw out a card, search out the Revolt. It's pretty insane here, and yeah, we get ourselves a monster negate. We have Tri-Brigade Revolt, so we're actually able to link summon during our opponent's turn, banish a card, and then Appaloosa as 3 monster negates. Okay guys, so this is the third combo that I have to show you guys. So here we're going to start by using Gladiator Proving Ground. Then we can get our Rescue Rabbit. So go into Ondo. So you always want to use whatever, if you're able to search out like Adarix, because Adarix is good in case you don't have a low 5 or higher Gladiator Beast monster. Being able to search it out that way is really good. Then we can use Comeback, use Test Panther's effect here, get rid of the Ondo. Augustus is perfect, because now we could get Adarix. Then we can use Adarix's effect, send Augustus just so we can have a level 5 or higher. Then go into Tamer Editor, use the effect to get Domitianus. Fractal can send Kit. Then we got Nerval, so the same thing as we did before. Then go into the Farrajet. So just similar to what we've done before, we're just able to establish a pretty powerful board. So we have monster negates here, we have a way to bounce with double Dragon Lords, a monster negate in Domitianus, and then Tri-Brigade Revolt as a way of banishing 1 card from our opponent's side of the field, as well as refueling our board or a bunch of resources because of the Tri-Brigade monster's effects that'll activate once they're sent to the grave. Okay guys, so this is the final combo that I have to show you all. So this here is just showing you Rescue Rabbit, being able to normal summon it, go into 2 of our Gladiator Beast monsters, or Ondos here, go into Link Spider, and this is a good way of getting out Ondo. You usually want to do this if you have a way to get 3 Ondos out on the board, that's perfect, because now you can use Test Panther in order to shuffle out the Ondo. And here we have Adarix in the hand, which is perfect, because now we can bring it out. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So you're just going to see me establish the board that I was able to with the other combos. Use Farrajet here in case we want to normal summon out or special summon out one of our Tri-Brigade monsters. And then we can banish easily to get this double Dragon Lords. We have Heraclinos, and now we have some monster negates in Appaloosa. So it's pretty powerful. We have 2 negates here, for 2 spell trap negates for Heraclinos. We have double Dragon Lords as a way of bouncing a card out, and then 4 monster negates in the form of Appaloosa and Domitianus, and Domitianus is as well as able to control the battle. So pretty powerful end board that you're able to set up here. Alright guys, now I want to go over some advantages of the deck. So first off, this deck has the ability to get a pretty powerful end board with a lot of negates, as you're able to see. Beast Tamer is insane as it's soft once per turn as well, so if you're able to revive it from the grave, then you can extend your board or have extra comeback potential. So it's an amazing boss monster that really changed the way you play the deck. And most of the time during control of the battle phase, as Domitianus is able to control choose your battles, and Dragus makes all your monsters unaffected by effects while in battle. And just Glad Beast effects in general are potent in the battle phase. So here we have Dragus here. If you're able to, all of your Glad Beast monsters, as long as they attack, you're able to, they're not able to be destroyed by battle, and your opponent cannot activate effects during damage step. So after that too, you can switch out Draguses for 2 other Glad Beast monsters, so it makes it easier to go into Tamer Editor or to go into Test Panther. So that's what's really nice about this card, is that it's a really flexible link monster, and you guys saw that Domitianus is just insane. But really, Dragusis is an underrated card that if you go second, being able to utilize this card is key to winning with this deck if you're going second here. So now I want to go over some disadvantages that you might face when you're using this deck. So this deck can be really weak to hand traps. It's pretty hard to get a negate out before Nib. So you can see that you like to summon out a lot of monsters before you can go into Domitianus, which sucks because a lot of times your opponent can just hit you with Nibiru. Now the good thing is that you do have Gladiator Beast comeback, so you are able to get out Tamer Editor, and then from there you can extend. So that's the good thing about it. But Ash or Perm on your Test Panther is pretty much always a death sentence, since Test Panther is pretty much the choke point for the deck. In case you ever go against another Glad Beast player, just know if you negate Test Panther it's pretty difficult for them to recover from it unless they're playing a hybrid build like the Tri-Brigade build that I showed you. And although you're able to get some pretty powerful negates, it can be stopped with Dark Ruler no more pretty easily, unfortunately. So you saw there that we were able to get a bunch of negates in the form of monsters though. So if they hit you with the Dark Ruler no more, then you're pretty screwed from there, because you're not really going to be able to play with your cards just by using your negates, and you don't really have any spells and traps that can protect you. So that's what really sucks. There are some Glad Beast cards that you can consider running. We do have a card like War Chariot that is still a monster negate. I did used to run this card, so you can do that. And there's other cards as well like Parry, but they're not real like Glad Beast cards that you are currently relevant, so you can consider running that if you want. And yeah, in conclusion, this deck isn't the most powerful deck, but it's a really fun deck. If you're able to get it going, it can be surprisingly powerful as well. It's one of my favorite decks of all time, and I just really enjoyed the deck. So let me know what you guys think about this complete guide. I hope it really helped you guys learn how to play the deck, and as well as show you the weaknesses and the strengths of the deck. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.